Alright, first I'm going to forge screwdriver taper, which means I'm hitting light, hard, light, hard, light, hard, light, hard. That forms my taper. Then I need a hard edge, a sharp edge, so I put in my anvil block, my hardy block. Take that out, hot cut. I'm going to cut it off right where the taper ends. Make sure I'm scored nicely all the way around. Quench the piece to cause that score to become easier to break. Now I can break off the wedge, put my piece back in for the next wedge. Make sure I take out my hot cut. I have a wedge. You can see it's got two different slants to the taper. That's because I was hitting harder on one side than the other. And you want that in a hammer wedge. Here's a sledgehammer wedge in comparison. It has two different tapers plus the stop cuts. Look at these other wedges I've made. You have the stop cuts. And these ones are all made from 1/4 inch square. Real quick to make. Making this larger axe wedge is very similar, except I'm starting out, hit 180 degrees on the thin edge, then I lower my angle and go the thin direction on the 1/4 by 1. And once I get close to my shape, I'm going to repeat my hard and light blows to get kind of a screwdriver taper. I'm going to try and press up my taper, get it close to how I want it. Since I was talking, I need to take another heat, get a little hotter. And you can see right here, I'm a little thick, but I've got the gradual taper, gradual taper. I'm going to put my block in again so I have a sharp edge. And then I'm going to drive in my grooves, slowly feeding material forward, moving my grooves up. And I want to switch my hot cut. Alright, almost where that taper ends, maybe a little forward. I'm going to cut it off. Down a little more. So now I'm going to quench it. Now you can come in and break it off. So now my bar is ready to make another wedge. That. So these three are the wedges I've made for the video. Here's a commercial axe wedge. This one's much wider and thinner. So to make one almost identical to this, I think I'd go with 1 inch by maybe 8. These are 3/4 by 1/4. You can see they're much thicker at the top in comparison to the commercial one. But much like the commercial wedge, I have steps in the sides as well as across the face. That's a forged wedge, and it can easily be done in one heat. And with practice, they get it looking really nice. think that side looks about the best. But the biggest key is that for making these cuts, you need a nice sharp edge. I don't have a sharp enough edge here on this anvil, so that's why I made this hardy block, was to have a sharp edge in order to dig in those cuts. And you need a fairly radical angle. And we come in with a hard blow to drive nice cuts in there to help keep the wedge from backing out of the hammerhead. Hey, thanks for joining me today. If you appreciated or learned anything new on this video, please click the like button below. And if you'd like to see other content that I have created, or receive notifications when I create future content, please click the subscribe button below. Thank you. Have a good day.